Hi Cancer, welcome to your July 2017 Astro Tarot forecast. My name is Charlotte from Astrology.com. This month we're going to be talking about a lot of different energies coming in. This is eclipse season, and July is going to be building towards that lunar eclipse August the 8th in your 8th house of divorce, debt, finances, joint resources, trust, and intimacy. So there's going to be a major ending there for you, and I can tell you that some Cancers are going to be getting a divorce. Others are going to be spending a lot of money on certain issues that involve home and family, finances, children, and that type of situation. This all really stemmed from the June 24th new moon in Cancer, in which the cardinal cross got reactivated. For the last decade, many of you have been working on your relationships. You've experienced this sort of pull energy where you just couldn't let go of someone, maybe that you had been in a long-term relationship. For some of you, it's been multiple relationships. I can tell you from all the Cancer readings that have led up to this point, I've sort of watched this soap opera unfold from the beginning of the year, but it really started way before then, where some of you may have been attached to other people or third-party situations. Some of you are feeling so emotionally attached to your significant others and just very confused because you're no longer happy in that situation. Some of you have gotten married recently, maybe within the last 5 years, and you really don't know how to balance that type of situation. You're still not even sure if that's the situation that you wanted. For some of you, there's just a lot of illusion, I think, even attached to your own feelings. But that June 24th new moon in Cancer reactivated all of this energy again and brought forth this push-pull energy between you and a partner, and with your home and family, even your career and your location. And it's like all of these subjects are the reason that you are arguing, the reason that you have angst in your life, the reason that you have emotional instability. And to be frank, you just have loose ends that you need to tie up, Cancer. You sitting back and not doing anything and putting off certain situations, especially in regard to home and family and real estate with your partners, is really just tying everyone up. It's not preserving anything. It's tearing it down. You're tearing down the people that maybe you were once in love with or you once cared for, even more so. And you're, just wrenching your heart in the process. I think there is a new energy coming up in the month of July. We have a full moon on July 9th in Capricorn, and this full moon is going to be atop of Pluto. And you talk about overwhelming for you emotionally with the partnership. It is a volatile energy, and for those of you who aren't spiritually aware, it's even a physically confrontational energy. This is the type of energy that comes around that brings people to commit violent acts on other people. So I want to caution you, Cancer, that this energy is coming, and letting go doesn't have to be a volatile process. Tying up loose ends and defining boundaries does not have to be a volatile process. It can be a very peaceful process in which you let someone know, hey, I want to let you go now. I really need to do this. We really need to do this. Or there's a home and family related matter, and hey, we need to get on top of this financially. Because I see a lot of financial obstacles that are going to come up for you, especially towards the end of the month. You're really going to have to start putting your money into tying up this loose end, whatever this is, whether this is a home and family related matter, whether this is a divorce, whether this is a settlement, any type of situation like that. You're really going to that's where your energy is going to be put forward for the next couple of months, because we have a solar eclipse following that lunar eclipse. That lunar eclipse is coming in Aquarius on August the 8th, and the solar eclipse is coming in Leo, and that is going to guide you for the next 6 months. So if you are getting a divorce, no, it's going to take time. If you're splitting marital property or marital assets, it's going to take time. If you have issues bound up in family court, it is going to take time, especially if they are financially related, before you're able to see the return on that issue. And some of you are going to be starting new jobs. I know all of this seems like a hodgepodge of energy, and it is. It is because you have old energy that has just stagnated. It is literally stagnated and you've dug your heels in and you haven't moved forward, and it is running head on into a new energy that's coming forward that says, hey, it's pay up time. It is time to stop, to put an end to this situation. It is time to let go. It is time to get your finances in order. It is time for a new career. All of those things, it'll be different for all of you. Again, this is a general reading. If you want a private reading, you need to look at my website. I offer a vast array of private readings on there. I am offering a new special for this summer, $25 for 45 minutes for an Astro Tarot reading just like this. But of course, it only pertains to you, so it's a lot easier to figure out. Check that out. But if you do need, inside information, you definitely want to get a personal reading. So just understand that I am talking in general terms, but I believe if you're here today, even though this is a general reading, this message is for you. So I'm sorry that I'm kind of going on and on about this energy, but you have to understand that the stars and the energy that we are bound to here on earth, they are universal forces, and they are part of our purpose here in life. The cards are a reflection of our consciousness. They are a part of the collective force, and it's a lot to explain, but we are a duality. We are a spiritual and physical existence, and the spirit world runs just a little bit faster, and that's how we are able to be here on the physical plane and look up at spirit and say, oh, okay, I see what's going to happen up here. And that's what the cards are going to do. They're based on your free will at this moment, and here today we're doing a collective reading for Cancer. So no, it's not just directly for you, but Cancers are working on an energy as a whole, and Cancers have been working on energy for the collective to change the consciousness for the human race and matters related to balance of give and take in relationship and the family unit. Because the universe is trying to create a more stable force where we are less focused on the ego, which is what our relationships are about. Your partner is an expression of your own ego and your own self-centeredness, really. They are here to work with you, but they are a reflection of that. So the universe is trying to get us to open up more and to say, okay, if we're going to have partnerships, let's work together for the good of everyone involved, not just our own personal and selfish desires and wishes. So let's have a look at the cards here. And the first thing I see here is that there are some good things actually coming this month. There are some celebrations, some celebratory events on the mundane level coming forward for you. There's a lot of emotion here, emotion and emotional culminations related to family members. And I think as the month kicks off, there's this new beginning that's taking place. This new beginning is going to reach another climax this fall. And I think for those of you that are releasing maybe a situation in which you have a stable home, or what has been a stable home and it no longer is, you're going to be able to release that situation, or that divorce is going to come this fall. Again, that Leo eclipse is going to really push issues forward over this next 6 months. It's like you've unveiled a new vision. You have a new vision of happiness that you're wanting to experience. And I feel like some of you are ready. You're ready to let go. You're ready to tie up these loose ends, especially in relation to family matters or home matters. Some of you are wanting to move out of a home. You're wanting to really settle things, I think, within the family unit, whether that means dividing marital property and selling a house, or, arranging for certain things to be taken care of. I see all of these big changes here. And this is really exciting for you, Cancer, because I haven't seen this situation for you for quite some time. I think you do have some family issues, and I think you're going to experience loss related to home and family, or someone is going to need your assistance. The money that you've worked so hard for and feeling like you're almost there, or you're almost towards retirement, or you're feeling like you are finally almost stable, that is an illusion right now. Know that that is an illusion. The vision that you have, Cancer, is wanting to make changes in yourself in regards to maybe sneaking around, having third-party relationships. But I still see some of you imbibing in that influence here. It's almost like it's an addiction, and you can't get away from it. This month there is going to be a situation, maybe a ceremony concerning retirement, a ceremony concerning maybe the sale of a home or something that is creating a financial stable home for you. I think that's where you're at. And I think all of the emotional influence that you've had with anxiety, especially related to family members or related to other relationships that you felt trapped in, I think that is a process right now of letting go. So maybe you're just healing here and you're going to get to that point where you're able to let somebody go in this situation. Now I have some oracle cards here. These I haven't used before in my readings. And this is the Kipper deck by Truro Marchetti. So we're going to add another layer onto the cards that we already have here. And see if we can try to discern what is this heartbreak about here. Because we have the Three of Swords and we have the main female. So think about who is the main person in your life. Whether this is your partner, whether this is your mother. You know the situation that's been floating around for you concerning family and, you know, really wanting this happy outcome, this financially stable situation. Because let's be clear and honest here, Cancer. Some of you are just hanging on to your spouse and your relationships because you got the home, the car, the job, and you've still been meddling around with other people and you're just wanting to stick with that because that's the easiest thing to do, right? So let's see what that is about. Okay, so some of you, even though there are happy times coming, there is definitely a court situation arising. And I've seen this in a lot of other readings, which is just really indicative of the Cardinal Cross being reactivated, in which home and family definitely played a role in these mix-ups with home and family and people being in control, people controlling money, controlling finances, holding people as puppets on a string. These types of situations have really gripped everyone of all signs, and I don't think any one sign has been untouched by a situation that has not been surrounded by someone who is an emotionally manipulative person or a matter that's out of their complete control. I think the celebration that is taking place is definitely involving a male figure, and this person may have worked hard for their money. They may be celebrating this situation, which they've gotten a promotion, where they've gotten a new job, and that type of situation. Some of you are going to be starting a new job and letting go of another job by this fall. And that may happen before October, around October time frame, when Jupiter moves into Scorpio and really begins to expand all of your creative pursuits and all of your, relationships with your children even are going to really get like a breath of fresh air. Something I'm looking forward to, and you definitely should be looking forward to it, because Scorpio is a sign that flows very well with yours. This anxiety up here, it seems like you're worried about money, and that is, it's almost like you need to be worried about the health and well-being of one relationship, Cancer, but you keep turning to material gain. And I do see money all over the table for you. I think you guys are going to fare very well in the money department, and it may be related to this legal situation. Maybe some of the loose strings that you need to tie up are legal strings that have needed to be tied up for some time, and someone has been preventing the scales of justice from falling in your favor. If you do have a vision about the future concerning this legal situation or finances involving your home and family, this could relate to an older female, and I think that there is a message coming forward here. By the end of July, there's a new moon on July 23rd in your second house of income. So you're definitely going to be focused on that, because there's going to be a solar eclipse in August, really starting up a new income for you. So maybe this is a person that you're needing to hear from, or you are worried about, and trying to make sure that they are financially stable. This would be an older woman, maybe who feels trapped in the situation, it could be someone that goes to jail. I don't really see this card as that. I mean, obviously that scenario could take place, but I feel like there is a situation here that you just cannot see clearly, and it involves your money in some way, and this may take place at a distance. So, you know, we've got a lot of travel going on here and needing to get to someone to help them out in a situation. Some of you really aren't wanting to, or it's like your thoughts are skewed, your thinking is skewed about a matter related to work or a new career, and maybe you're feeling like a certain person. Maybe if you are a Cancer, you've been sort of codependent. This could be Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant now. So maybe you've been feeling very codependent, and you're thinking about going back to work, and you're just feeling trapped because of all of the family drama that seems to be taking place also this month. And so by this fall, you're going to try to make that decision, but you aren't wanting to make that decision this month. I see a situation again here, Cancer, with one of your children or their child, if you're an older Cancerian, who needs to rest. There's a situation involving a child in which the mother needs to rest, or a child has been lost and there's grief over a child. And I'm sorry to say that. I think I said that before, and I have been getting a lot of innuendos of miscarriages coming up in my readings, which makes sense with that new moon, that volatile new moon, June the 24th. As I'm doing the reading now, we're still in early June, so I haven't seen what in my own life what that June 24th energy brings, but I do know, because it's in Cancer and it's stirring up that energy of the cardinal cross. This is, you know, Cancer is all about fertility and mothers and children, and all this lunar energy getting kicked up that's going to lead into that lunar eclipse in Aquarius, especially in your 8th house, which is death. Also, it definitely speaks to me about a possible loss of a child or miscarriage. If not, this is a child who may need you to help them catch their breath in a certain situation, who needs to be nurtured, who needs some peace in their life. And one of the big changes that are taking place, definitely in relation to how you make your money and the money that you're working hard for. It may also involve a female. And this is, you know, you've built up this structure around this person where I think they have been privileged for a long time. Maybe you've been the breadwinner, or you've put this person on a pedestal in some way, and there is going to be a change related. Maybe this is an enemy that's directly related to your family even, but this is a court situation that you're going to have to go back to court, and, you know, maybe it's child support. Maybe it's a custody situation involving a child over here. But this is definitely, someone has misused money, is what I'm getting here. There are illusions tied to money. You need to get on top of it, Cancer. If you are emotionally attached to people and just letting them use you for money, stop it. If you have the money going out to other people that they shouldn't be getting, stop it. You are allowing yourself to be drained in a situation, and it is doing no one any favors. You have got to be very aggressive. If this is a home-related matter, a real estate-related matter, and there's a situation here that keeps draining your money, cut your losses, sell that property. Figure out what the legal paperwork holds. There's something in a document here. We have documents all over the place. Legal documents. These are very sturdy structures. These are things that have gone on for quite some time, and you need to really get it figured out. And we do have some happy moments this month, and here we have, you can see how confusing all of the energy is. Here we have a celebration, and we have this situation where there is new beginnings in certain areas, and there's also the main male maybe taking a new job in a celebration. Maybe one job has ended and a new one is coming forward. We have energy where people are receiving messages and Leo documents, and there's change taking place, and there's travel taking place here. Let's see who's feeling so bound over here. And it's like, It's like some of you aren't thinking clearly about a certain person. There's so much anxiety attached to letting this person go, Cancer. It's, for some of you, this can even be grief for a loss of a person, a loss of a job, a loss of a relationship that is finally coming to an end. And this process of letting go is so hard for you. And there's a lot of arguments over what is not known, and what is not known concerning money, and how you are spending your money, and maybe a holiday that you're going on, or a trip that you're going on to reconcile legalities concerning your debt-income ratio. Maybe this matter involves a child. Maybe this is a situation that involves academics, the media, publishing, writing, learning something new. Maybe your faith is being tested here, Cancer. I don't know if I've called you Scorpio, but I keep getting Scorpio here in my mind. So if you have Scorpio in your chart, maybe that's especially a reading or message for you. Is that watch after this child. Watch after this child, Cancer. And even though you have good times, don't forget about this child over here. Don't forget about this child over here in the corner. This person, I think, needs your help. High Priestess is here. And for me, this is a signal. It says, listen, watch, wait. This card says, I want you to pay special attention. Special attention to this matter related to this child. And I'll show you this child card. It's a beautiful little girl here. Isn't she cute? She has the sweetest little face. But this card was reversed. So be very careful with this child, Cancer. Maybe you have to hold off on this legal, or maybe this legal situation is going to take time, but this situation is worth fighting for. It is worth fighting for, and you want peace to be in your family. You don't want to create a volatile situation for children in your family home. And I do see that this energy is going to affect everyone. It is going to affect everyone in your home. And I think you have tried your best to make certain things work, to make certain relationships work. You've tried your best to be fair and balanced in matters related to money and income. It's just like you have had some type of financial difficulty. And you know, I've said this before in your reading, the 2nd and 8th house axis is more than about finances. It is about your own self-esteem. It is about your own sexuality. That axis is about give and take in relationships, and especially intimacy. The give and take of intimacy. And when you see financial matters or financial issues that are binding a couple up, know that that is also affecting their sex life, okay? I don't want to get too graphic here with this conversation, but we often compensate financially for things that we're lacking sexually. Like, oh, okay, say you and your partner are no longer having sex. Then you're out buying, shopping, spending. Or you're building up false structures of material wealth around that relationship when the relationship itself is sinking. And it's not going to hold. It's not going to be strong enough to sustain that big storm that comes through and knocks everything over. Sometimes the big storm can come through and knock everything over. But it just, what I'm trying to say, Cancer, is that is going to be a wound that's going to be opened up for you. And it has been opened for you for a very long time. And so getting a handle on intimate boundaries, especially with finances, and realizing that everything is not about material gain. There are people who are emotionally hurting and wounded in this situation in all of your relationships. And here we're going back to some of you that's got these multiple partners, and that's probably my male Cancers. You got these 3 side chicks over here, there are people that are getting hurt all over the place. Just cut it out already. Stop it. And get a handle on your home and family. If you need to let people go, cut them loose. Let them go on and live their lives. Let people, if you've got a wife bound up, let her go on and get remarried. If you've got a husband bound up and you don't know what to do with him and you're just using him for money and you really want this other guy over here, let him go. Money is not the most important thing here. But if you have a child, for some of you, if you have a child in a certain situation and they need your help, turn your focus to that child, because children do not ask for any of this, Cancer. So I'm going to ask, what is the final outcome for Cancer for the month of July? We got a breach of security and Strength card. I'm going to put these out here so you can see it. And I feel compelled to draw a couple cards for you guys. I'm going to switch over here. I haven't used this deck in my other readings this month yet, but I want to see what this is about. Again, we got the balance of finances, divorce, child support. Some of you are paying bills. You've got issues with your home and family. And here we have travel card, maybe regarding these legalities. And let's see the advice here. That's strange. So again, keep your eye on your body. Watch the health of those around you. And use your voice for people who are in need. Maybe this child. For some of you, I think there is a possibility that some of you are sick here and you're trying to attend to all these matters and it's so stressful. I don't mean to be so hard on you guys, Cancer. I just feel like it's like you need the shove. You know, it's like you're sitting on the top of a slide and you need to go and everyone is lined up behind you and you won't go. And that's what it's going to be about. This month is coming to the point where you'll go down the slide. You'll take that chance and realize that, hey, it can be a fun ride, right? You get down to the bottom, you're like, wow, okay, I did it. So be prepared to travel for a child. Be prepared to deal with legalities. Make a decision. Cancer, think about your family unit and who you want to let go of. And I think you're going to be making that decision by that lunar eclipse, August the 8th. In your 8th house of joint resources, debt, the balance of payments, taxes, all of those things. By all means, if you haven't filed your taxes, file your taxes. These are all situations that are arising for Cancer. So I wish you guys the best. If you would like a personal reading, again, check out my website. I am offering that special $25 for 45 minutes, and I think you'll be able to get a broader perspective, personal insight. Also, I always offer astrology readings, and I'm a firm believer in the power of the reflected consciousness by looking at the stars and planets that affect your natal chart. And I think that those things are sound resources that we can always rely on to get a good idea of how we want to project our own energy and use elective astrology to really make the most out of our free will so that we are able to hurt others less, able to hurt ourselves less, and to really learn in a faster way about how to get through this life and how to really take negative energy and promote it towards positive outcomes. So I wish you the best in the month of July, Cancer. Take care.